All right, so God bless you, Mr. Peter. Thank you for coming on the show. Please, for those who don't know you yet, reintroduce yourself again so that they feel meet you.
All right, so my name is Peter, and popularly known as Peter Oyas.
Okay.
I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm also a relationship expert. And as for marriage, I've been married for 4 months now.
Okay.
And I'm from Edo State, and I reside for now in Osun State. So basically, that's just like an overview.
Okay.
Because we got it of way back.
Okay.
A son on the soil.
That's good. That's
basically. Yeah.
All right. So we are happy to have you on the show. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. All right. So 4 months of marriage. So happy married life. The marriage is still fresh. So happy married life. So how is the marriage going?
Married life is interesting. It's cool, although it has its difficulties. But then, so far, with my experience, it's been all. So my desire is to stay married. So it's been a cool and an awesome experience so far.
Okay. First off, 4 months in marriage, we don't want to hear whether the marriage gets a strong side or any difficult side. For the meantime, there should not be any difficult sides in marriage. That's because you are still fresh on it.
Yeah.
But if an honeymoon is supposed to do, this is honeymoon period for you. You get. So anyway, like we said again, congratulations. And the major thing for this week's podcast on this, called marriage is expectation, right? So we all have expectations when we want to get married. Some people get married for different reasons. For shady reasons, like I always say, some people is the social media hype. For some is to belong. Some is a society status and all of that. So for you, what was your expectation? What was your plan? What was it that made you want to say, okay, I want to get married?
Okay, talking about expectation. Well, there is popular saying that expectation is the mother of manifestation and all of that.
Yes.
Well, I'm a very optimistic person, and before I got into marriage, I've had several news here and there, and I've had a couple of experiences, maybe from family members or
yes.
close relatives or friends.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say I had an expectation on the individual, per se.
Okay.
I would just say I had an expectation for the union called marriage.
Okay.
So some persons may have an expectation on the person they are getting married to. So in my own case, to answer that question, was the expectation was on the union. That
Okay.
is both of us working out things. So what I had in mind is that it's going to be positive. And if at all there is otherwise, we are going to build it together.
Okay.
So I had the expectation that it's going to be a union where two persons certainly will be better than one.
Yeah.
I had the expectation that if I have an extra person in my life,
Okay.
things get better because it's two good heads certainly better
That one, yes, exactly.
And by grace, when I was adding another head to my head, the head I sought to add was a good one. So I think even before I enter into it, based on the experiences of the not necessarily experience now, based on the information and the knowledge I know about the individual, I believe that coming together as a union would certainly give an awesome experience. And so far, it's not far from what I envisioned.
We're talking about the role of the woman and the man in the home, which is very important. And you made some very good points. Okay, just go through that again so that we can have that record.
Alright, so you're talking about the role of the woman and the man
Yes.
in the marriage. I think I took my base from the Bible.
Yes.
It says that man is to lead. And like I said leadership is not being authoritative.
That's very
Just, you're
important.
not directing the
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the union, and you should lead by example. So as a man, you have to lead the spiritual aspect, you have to lead the financial aspect, and sometimes some people mistake, of course, the emotional aspect and the likes.
Yes.
Persons mistake the finances that you have the bulk of the money.
Exactly.
That is far from it.
Okay.
It's you managing, knowing how to appropriate funds and manage the home as far as money is concerned. So, as a woman, you build your home.
Yeah.
Said a good woman should be able to build a home. So, and of course, Proverb talked about who a good woman is. And,
Yes. The virtuous woman.
one of the qualities is a prudent woman.
Yeah.
So, one of the qualities is to know how to build a home. So, a woman should be able to build a home. And building a home, of course, is not saying that you should start, putting block and laying foundation. It's simply saying that there is a home that at some point will be just the man. Later on, it will be kids may come into play.
Yes.
They want to interface with your in-laws and all of that. So you must learn to build that union and ensure that the home stands.
Okay, now still on that building a home, do you think in the African sense we have just left the building of the home? Because when we're talking about building of the home, for me, I think for the home to be built to the taste that the couple want, it has to be from both sides. This idea of just relaying the building of the home to the woman alone, I think, do you think in the African sense is overrated, in the sense that, for instance, there are some men who have a mentality of, okay, theirs is to bring the money. You get? They bring the money. As long as they are bringing the money, whatever happens in the house or in the home, even as regarding to their kids, they don't care much about it. Do you think that's one of the reasons why we are seeing so much error in the society today when it has to do with marriage and even the upbringing of children?
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
We've missed out. A certain generation had actually missed out on ensuring that both parties build the home.
Are involved, yes.
Even the proverb, there's even the proverb that where I'm from,
yes.
I'm a Isham man to the core.
Exactly.
They will say that if the child is doing well, they say yes, your father's head is correct.
Yes.
But the child is doing anyhow, they say your mother did not train you well. So they left it to the woman alone, and that is why sometimes some children don't have the father figure as a builder in their life. So, of course, our mothers, they try all they can, because truly
to play the father, they play the father role. The mothers play the father's role. They play the mother's role. The auntie, the uncle, the everything.
Everything. So I think it's what actually caused some of the lapses that we are seeing today
In the society, yes.
Of course, and that is why we are having. That's why we're having such sessions like this to give orientation that it should be balanced.
Okay, so which means it's not bad. It's not bad if, let's say, for instance, the woman is a career woman and she's doing well in her place of work, while the man might be doing well but not as good as the woman. Do you think it's right for, in a way, that the man should maybe step down a bit in making sure that the home is well guided and the children are well trained, since the woman is doing well in her career?
It should. There have been a lot of debate on this matter.
No, this one is very important. But you and I know, say in the African sense, African mentality, sense of entitlement. Sense of entitlement is one of the just like the proverb you said. Now, when they said if the child is good, it's appropriate to the man. When it's bad, then they remember that is the woman that's supposed to make sure that you get. But it's two-way, and you understand. And these women, they try so much. They try their best. Some of them, they have to wake up very early to go to their place of work. They return, they cook, they dress the children, and all of that. And all the man does is just to bring money. You get.
Oh, okay. Well, I will start with, we won't stop giving the orientation until everybody gets to do the normal thing. For example, I count God for exposure and the level of knowledge that we experienced.
Exactly.
But I say no big deal. In fact, I will complain.
Yes.
I do usually anything I have to do at home. My mind is not even, I don't even know why I'll be thinking that my wife is not.
You're supposed to do everything. Yes.
It's not, can you cook? If you not cook, before you even stand up, I'm done.
You have done, yes.
Make breakfast and do what I want to do. So even I took mine to, I'm just saying, making this public, I took mine to even the exchange, clothing and all that.
Yes.
I can even pick up our clothes, do it, and you just need to make things happen as far as the home is concerned.
The home is concerned, yes.
It commands more respect.
Exactly.
It commands more respect, and you see that the atmosphere, it's even just lovely, and there is no contention here and there. So I believe that we have to keep giving orientation. The notion that a man just has to be there, come back from work, sit down in one chair in front of one corner, and they will serve him, and that's just it about building of the home or being a leader in the home has to be checked. And of course, this generation, they are not do. So this generation is a very sensitive.
It's a sensitive one. Yes, taking the wrong things. Yes. Go ahead.
The wrong notion. There'll be a man who wants to be that, and the lady just takes you for granted. So it has to be balanced, and that is why before you even get into a union with anybody, you should be somebody who her mindset or his mindset has, at least to a considerable extent, has a level with what here you are.
Exactly.
Cannot be washing clothes and one day somebody just tell you that that's just your calling.
That's if you don't, the day you don't do it, it becomes it becomes a problem.
The day you don't do it, it becomes a problem. So that kind of a thing. So I think that's another point which is very important. When people begin to abuse a certain kind of privilege, I think that's why some of the men, they are guided against what they do in their homes. Definitely.
Because they feel there are some women who will now begin to take you for granted, right? Because you are doing some certain things for them. I've actually seen some people who just decide to form the boss, not because they want to be a boss, but they just feel that if they are not forming the boss, the woman will give them the respect they deserve, right? And it is another part of our mentality in Africa that I feel is wrong. Samade Yami said something that I will never forget. He was talking about pastors, and he said one of the reasons why African pastors, they act as gods and lords over their members is because they have discovered that members do not give respect to pastors who do not act as a lord over them. They like the ones that are calling that bosses them around. But if you are the kind of pastor who is down to earth and all of that, they will not even be taking you serious. You get? And I think that's one of the mentalities some people have also taken into the marriage by saying that no, you have to be the man. If you are not the man, the woman will not respect you and all of that. You get? So I think that's another mentality that we need to check. And like you rightly said, it's also important that we also very importantly watch out for the person that we want to get into the union with, because I think that is very, very important, right? I know that there are some people who actually pretend going into marriage, and that's why the place of prayers comes in, right? If you're a spirit person, you'll be able to see beyond the pretense of people. You get? So I think that is very, very important. That is well said. So now let's quickly move on to another question. In marriage, what do you believe is more important, money or love in marriage?
What's the question? Well, I would. Okay, both are important, but yourself which one is more
Yes.
important. I think it's love. I would say love.
They will
Because,
drag you.
when money,
This one that you just said now, they will drag you for it too.
they should not tear my cue. They can just drag me, but they should not tear my cue. Alright, so I would say love because love. If truly it is love,
Yes.
there's a lot of things that it covers.
Yeah.
Sometimes when money, if one has not touched the money, that is when you begin to think that money is just everything.
Yeah.
There's a level one will get to. When you begin to see the money, you just realize that there is more to it.
Okay.
I'm not a billionaire yet,
Yes.
but because the way I'm talking, it's as if I keep 1 billion somewhere.
Of course. I understand.
My own view and perspective is that love supersedes money.
Okay.
Because sometimes there are some homes. I'm talking in respect to marriage, not the union code
Yes.
of marriage.
Yes.
The what supersedes in that union is actually love. There are some homes that have funds and have money, and there is no happiness there. Where there is no love, there is no happiness. Where there is no love, there is no home. It's just one interesting. Just call them roommates.
But you know this generation understanding is that Oga forget love. when there is money, who love help? Forget love when there is money.
Yeah, that's because they have wrong definition of what is called love.
Okay.
There are some times that there are some men that can't lay their hands on the woman.
Yes.
Not because the woman has not put them to that war.
Okay.
There is something that's holding
them back. Okay. Yes.
There is the hand go. It's not even there now. There's something that is making that hand not to go up.
Exactly.
There will be a home where there is money that somebody can do anything. So
of course.
It's just based on I would just say it's based on level of knowledge that some persons have.
Okay.
That they come up to say that it's just money. When you have money, you have happiness. And it's better I cry in a Lamborghini than
exactly. Exactly.
So, but now, and that's why I encourage every individual, that lady or the guy, look for your money, because it's because you are thinking that somebody's money will have to be your money.
An escape route.
That money
that's a good one. That's a good one. It actually takes us to the next point, still on money, why it is important that individuals in marriage should have their money, especially the women. Because whether we like it or not, in Africa, marriage somewhat has become an escape route out of poverty. Whether I like it or not.
Yes.
You get. Like what I tell them in church, I don't hide it. 90%, as at now, 90% of the church in Nigeria is stomach infrastructure churches. And what I mean by that is that people go into only churches because they believe there's a lot of money coming out of it. I've been in a situation where I had two people communicating amongst themselves and saying that the next point of action for them will be to open a church. Why? Because they feel a lot of money is coming out of it. You get. Why? Because of the place we have found ourselves. Africa is highly impoverished, and so people are looking for any means to get out of poverty. And marriage in this part of the world has become one of the escape routes out of poverty. That is why some people believe that it has to be money. Without money, there is no love. You get. So the point you just raised now, which I want you to continue on, which is the woman or the man going for their money, having your own money. When you have your own money, I think that language might not be something that will be something that will be reoccurring anymore if individuals will have their money.
Yeah. So like you rightly said, it's individuals should have their own goal.
Yes.
Like marriage should not be the end of your pursuit. So if you have your ambitions and you have your goals and you have them written down, I remember when we were all small, we had, interestingly, when we were kids, we had so much desires.
Yes.
This car will just pass. This is my car. This is my this. I will just life just started happening to everybody.
Until when adulthood, until adulthood hit. You can't remember say adulthood na scam.
So sometimes some persons don't get to the point they just want to plateau in one place.
Yes.
They want to just use their tents and say, right now I'm married and that's the end. And that's why you need to look for money.
Yes.
And it's not far-fetched in society. We see it every day. People marry for money and they come on social media to claim that they are happy. I'm not with them in their houses, but I'm telling you, my money is not a guarantee for happiness. For happiness,
yes.
And love cannot be bought by money. Anybody can drag me anywhere. You can't buy it. If they don't have it for you, they don't have it. You see some men who claim they have money, although they have it. Let me not be biased.
Yes.
And they do a manner of things in public to the one they claim they love.
Yes.
And embarrassment, and the wife, you are in public, and your husband does, so many things. So it's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
It's just a mindset thing. You just have to shift from that point to saying that it's not just about the money. And money answers to value. Everybody should be alright. Create something, money will come to you. That way everybody will not be pursuing each other's money.
Okay.
Bring your table and this brings, and that makes it beautiful rather than stalking one person and you are just at the mercy of one person.
Of one person.
Married.
Yes.
Or in the name of money. So love supersedes money as far as marriage is concerned.
Okay. So fine.
Sustainability, however, is also based on the financial level of the family.
Of the family, yes.
Or let me say, yes, as far as money is concerned now, as a family, you can't. There are some things that changes the atmosphere.
Yes.
In the home, if you are coming from the office and you buy one bowl of ice cream and
all of that, yes.
Things, changes an atmosphere.
Yes.
So, but if that doesn't happen often, or maybe at least once in a while, there is this cloud that just come upon the home and you just be like, I thought I married,
yes,
a lovely person.
Yes.
The home money place is very important in the home. Nobody wants to just, aside junior, as an individual,
you need money.
There's a way you need money. There's a way you even get, you just begin to ask questions.
Yes.
And that is why you see some people go extra mile to get money.
Yes.
Any
how,
to tell you how important money is.
Okay.
So people go, it could be on the negative now, it could be on the positive.
Yeah.
People go extra
to any length, yes.
Trying to get this money. So their money is very, very important in a home for sustainability.
Okay.
Money is required. But I was answering the question.
Yes.
Maybe somebody deciding to say, I want
to get married. Okay. So love is vital.
Love should be what you should. If you just marry because of money, you have enough of it and you'll be looking for what is more
love.
important.
And it's the reason why many people have extramarital affairs, because they go in as an escape route from poverty, and when they are there, you discover that the man or the woman is treating you anyhow because he is the one or she is the one that is providing all of the money in the family. So very good.
There's no emotional attachment to the person you are married to. And somebody is there that is starting you, telling you that he knows when your husband is not. Before you know, you are emotionally attached. So no matter the billions that the husband or the wife
is bringing
to that individual, you realize that you will still.
They will look for love.
Will definitely still look for love.
They will look for love.
You see that at the end, love is still something that is like that, and of course, money still helps to keep the marriage going.
All right, so very important. That's a good point. Now, very importantly again, how do you see a woman working in a marriage? Some men have the mentality that their wives should not work because they can provide for them. I've also recently received, because this whole show has been actually causing a lot of buzz and we have been receiving questions here and there. We decided to do one of the shows where we'll be doing answering of questions, and one of them is that some women have met men who, while they were dating, they were working. The woman was working or having a business, but immediately they got married, the man shut down their business just so that they can control them. So what how do you feel about that? What do you say about that?
Well, I I'll pick it up from where you stop. The controlling partner is actually already doing something that is wrong.
Very wrong, yeah.
Now, if two of them come together and see the reason why maybe the wife has to stop sometimes we pursue money and at the end we forget the home.
Yes.
Children. I've seen a family.
Yes, there are families like that, yes.
Career-wise.
Yes.
Everybody is just pursuing money and at the end of the day
they leave the children for the nannies and the caretakers.
Yes. So you get different things coming out of those children becoming just something you can't even talk about.
Yes.
So if it's coming from a place of my wife right now, this children needs attention, and this is the reason why you have to stop this work. That's understandable. But anybody that is controlling because they want to tame the woman, stop her from working, just to ensure that she's in the confines of the house. I've heard news that even injecting Hollywood.
Yes.
Stories like that, often and often, but it's totally out of place. But there's other flip side to it. I think it just boils down to both parties.
Both parties, yes.
Work and they don't even pay attention to the home anymore.
That's okay. That's good. Okay, so quickly, what are 3 things you think a man or a woman should take note of before getting to marriage? What are 3 things? About 3 things that you think a man or a woman or a boy and a girl should take note of before going into marriage? What are it might be personal or based on the partner?
Well, one, you as a man or whether male or female now,
yes,
you should be able to have known yourself.
Okay.
When I mean know yourself, I'll just pick up one part. Let's say your emotions. You must be able to, your temperament.
Yeah.
You must be able to have aimed yourself. To be able to control how you feel per time.
Okay.
Whether being angry or being excessively emotional about things.
Okay.
Then another thing that you should take note of as an individual is you have to have a clear plan for your life. You have to have vision, and especially as in respect to finances. Now, if you don't have a vision or a plan, it becomes difficult when another person comes into the picture.
Exactly.
Because right now, as if if you don't even know where you are going to, another person comes to join you and everybody is just, crashing.
Yes.
So, but if you have a clear plan, so as an individual, you should have a clear plan. I said first, know yourself, have the emotional intelligence, know how to tame your emotion. Then secondly, have a concrete plan as far as life is concerned. What do you want to be in the next 10 years?
Yeah.
You should be blank. If possible, I would have shown you to my left here is my board. This setting is not, this is home.
Yes.
This is not an office.
Yeah.
And what is here is just a table setup, all other stuff that needs to be here as far as making my mindset, to begin to brainstorm all the things that I need to do, And this vision I was not married when I had the vision. And I said, even though I'm married, I'll still have it.
Yeah.
And that is why it's here. If I didn't have this plan, none of this would be here. So when I get to this place, I brainstorm what's the next thing to do. And so far, with God's grace, our results, I've been having results based on this same room that was set up. So that's just an example of a vision or a plan of a certain thing. So other aspects, the other things can be there. Then another thing that one should also look at for is one's spiritual life. So I'm talking as to your own self now.
Exactly.
Of course, the other thing you can look at for the other person, but I'm talking to your own self that your spiritual life is, if you are not it, when you get into the marriage, there is no magic you can do. You can't start praying better when you are married. You can't say it's not. You will just see that it's even, you will be more relaxed because now I think you have achieved marriage.
You have achieved marriage. And if God does not help you that you are not married to somebody who is not spiritually inclined, then it's going to be zero.
Everybody will just quit.
Yeah.
Zero. So you have to say that, okay, this is my spiritual life and this is the level that I am. So all these things have to be built. But if you want me to answer it the way so you're looking at another person, I think it's just still the same thing. People don't change marriage.
People don't change the mind. That's the word. Yeah. Marriage does not have the ability to change anybody.
Anybody. In fact, it amplifies
Yes.
who they are.
Yes.
So if the only thing I would say now regarding the other party, somebody starting to marry another person,
Yeah.
the level at which you know that person is something that you can do with. I don't want to say endure. Is it something you can? Is it a life? Is it a person you want to do life with? So if you have seen that, I know people pretend, but there are red flags. You can see them. So is it someone you want to do life with, spiritually, financially? You will know somebody that is after money. If you spend 6 months, you will have an idea.
Of course. So okay. So on that note now, don't you think it's too risky to get to know somebody within 3 months and get married to the person? 3 months and you are getting married.
It's risky.
It's risky.
It's risky. Honestly, that's like go fight over toothpaste. I believe you that.
They say you are pressing the toothpaste. You are pressing the toothpaste from the bottle instead of pressing it from the up.
Because the way I'm supposed to press it up, because you don't know. It's not enough.
Yeah.
Know the person. You can't know someone 100%.
Yes.
But there's some level at which you get to know. There's some things my wife will do today. It's like I was like.
Now normal.
Because I already know that.
Yes.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
And trust me, there are some that became strange.
Yes.
That are still from the same village.
Yes.
I don't know if you get my point.
Yes.
That's so I said this one looks like that one. Well, I would just have to okay, let me deal with it. If I didn't have a basic knowledge of where that thing was coming from, it would become an issue. And that's like hitting it, crashing, and so one just have to get to know the person at this basic thing. And I think the key part as Christians is one, you have to watch out for the spiritual life. You have to watch out for as a Christian spiritual life, then as an individual, as a person with ambitions, goals and vision, watch out, is this person pursuing anything? You have some persons who are you. Like Smoro said, the most important question or critical question that one should answer is who are you?
Who are you? Yes.
And where are you headed? Yes. So who are you? You ask some persons who are you? Say my name is Peter. No, it's not Peter Oyas. Who are you? And that question sometimes is not even the question that you should answer once. Speedily,
you don't answer it speedily. You take time out.
You take time.
Yeah.
If you ask a lady or you ask a guy who you are courting or you are dating, say who are you, and the person cannot define you, give it time. Wait for them to be able to define who they are.
Yeah.
So if you give it time for them to be able to spell out some things, then you cannot begin to say yes. So one has to just know some of those basic things as far as getting into the.
All right, that's good. Okay, so quickly, that's the wedding ceremony now. Big or small? Which do you think matters a lot?
Your capacity. I'm a fan of. They say cut your coat
according to your size.
To your size.
Okay.
So my one is, you've got to be a plan. Don't just say you want to just.
You know why this question is very important now? Popular Davido got married yesterday on Tuesday, and allegedly the IV was 5 million. I never know whether it was IV 5 million. And so they talk and I'm not here, so say 10 million. But my point is that wedding was glamorous according to what we have seen, and I don't even follow them that much, but what I've been told. Now somebody somewhere now will now be looking at the standard of that wedding ceremony and begin to put pressure on Oyogwe and say this marriage must carry weight like this. This is the reason why we ask questions like that.
I get exactly. For me, like I mentioned earlier, I said based on capacity.
Yes.
And capacity in the sense that what can you do? But you're not doing it to impress anybody.
Okay.
And they said the person that just built his house now, in the next couple of years or months, will be the last person. There will be another new person.
Another, yes. Now every day, yes.
There's a new part, so you can't beat it. So what you just need to do is to do what you can. Do what you can. I'm a fan of making things happen.
Yes.
And sometimes just make you have a lot of fun to make things happen. But when you realize that this is what you can afford, not maybe after a wedding, put yourself into unnecessary,
stress
challenges
and debt. Yes.
It even makes the home so toxic and everybody just finding solutions to the marriage that you have done years ago.
Yes.
That's the finding solution to causing the peace that was done. But if you know your capacity, you know what you can do, and you discuss it, and that's why the place of having an understanding partner comes in. You can't. Well, I wonder how some people fall into the hands of some certain people and say that I'm trying to think like this, and he's just entirely saying this is not it. Even though the person is saying, let's do it this way, but it should be somebody that you can talk to, and everybody will fit at the middle. So, big, small wedding, whichever one that you can afford, you should do.
Wedding is wedding.
Small or do big. Wedding is wedding.
No, there's no award. There's no award as glamorous as Davido's wedding would have been yesterday. Must have been yesterday. There's no award. Nobody will give him award for having the best wedding in Africa or in Nigeria.
That's just it.
And
sometimes
yes.
Davido is simply also doing his marketing.
Of course, it's a marketing strategy now. If you're a businessman, you understand. It's a marketing strategy.
They should not come for me.
Yes.
Davido fans. But however, he's very smart and he's good at what he's doing.
He's a businessman. Yes.
So if you are doing your wedding also because you have targets. I know he did it for Trauma to, of course, make her feel lost. Trauma will not say, you are doing that, my husband is marketing. He did wedding for you, Trauma, wherever you are. But the point is, he's in that industry. So you could want to do something similar, maybe going out of your way, but knowing that at the end, this is what it brings. But saying that because you want people to say that you are the one that did the best wedding, you are just shooting yourself,
in the foot, yes. Yeah.
Just do what you can.
Okay.
Whether small, whether big. In fact, I would even say there is no small or big. When is wedding?
According to one man, he said the question is, are they married? Yes. So what is not the issue?
Wedding is a day. It's marriage that is
that's supposed to be forever.
Wedding is just an event. Marriage is forever. So
okay.
That's my take.
All right. So thank you very much. Okay, finally, before we go, let's just have one or two persons out there. What would be your advice to anyone in an abusive marriage right now? Mostly for people who are just getting in. What would be your advice to them?
Well, depends on the level of
abuse. Okay.
Abuse.
Yes.
Abuse that is in the marriage. If it's already getting to the extent of someone hitting the other person.
Yeah.
I would want to say that I'm virtue of service. I became a redeemed member.
Yes.
And what would always advise is that you should separate.
Okay.
Separate for a while.
For a while, okay.
There is no speaking in tongues around it or trying to find, just separate for a while. Then try to bring in authority.
Okay.
To try to, speak to both parties and see how you can work out things. And until things are worked out, although if you don't come back, you will know, but at least to some level, you will know that this person's head is beginning to come back. So don't stay in an abusive marriage. That's what I would advise. Don't stay. Of course, like I said, abuse is a different level.
It's a different level. Yes.
The person just comes.
We are talking about the violent one. where they are now using phone to, they use phone to hit you.
So smashing your phone on the ground.
Yes.
Somebody threatening you with knife and all of that. But if somebody is still trying to, shout, or you can just say, babe, sit down. This is not you.
That's where communication. That's where communication comes in.
Yes, communication comes in. But there's something that is sponsoring. There is no bad person anywhere. It's information that when they gave birth to every one of us, we are just children, innocent. It was information that made us who we are.
Who we are now, yes.
That's why you see somebody who is from, I don't want to mention any area now.
Yeah.
The way they will act, you know that this one is from this area.
Yeah.
As far as Nigeria is concerned.
Yeah.
And when you see some persons, you say, okay, let me even say this. Somebody who is in Lagos, if it comes to Oshobo now, you will want to, okay, now I will just make a quick example. I was at a wedding over the weekend, and there was this little boy that was just running up and down, and at some point I just said, this boy doesn't look from this. It doesn't look like someone who was raised here.
Yeah.
And how did I know? It's not because he was speaking a different language, but it was his action. I knew that there was something different about this guy compared to the children that were there. So he was just super smart. He was just, inquisitive. He was asking questions and everything.
Yeah.
This boy is not from this town.
Yeah.
Because it was more like a town that was on that.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And they said this guy has been in Lagos. He actually came because of the weather. So there is of course there's a level whereby there are some influence based on the environment and all that. So one just need to watch out for the kind of person that you are speaking with.
Okay.
Somebody who can listen. So that's why I cited that example. Is somebody who you can, or somebody that is just aggressive based on some long-term exposure and perspective about life.
History of past experiences. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So one more time, Mr. Peter, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Okay, let's just finally your advice to the young guys and the young ladies out there who are actually preparing right now to get married, and some people are afraid that they are not going to get married in the next 10 years because of what they are seeing in social media. In the last person I hosted, we discussed a bit about social media, the part of social media on marriage, and it's one of the reasons I betted this podcast in trying to correct some of the notions and the mindset as regarding marriage when it has to do with social media, because we believe social media is actually doing a lot of harm than good as regarding marriage, because it looks as if we are only seeing the bad side of marriage on social media. You get, so what will be quickly, just in 10 seconds, for those who have yet to marry.
Marriage is a union. It's an institution that was set up by God Himself.
Yes.
And the devil is finding all means to ensure that he breaks down that institution.
Yeah.
So it's not unusual to see the devil pursuing things that can push what God wants for human.
Yes.
So what I would say is that social media is not always true.
Yes.
It's not always true. You can desire what you want.
Yes.
You can work out what you want. What you be will not be. It's what you think that will be. So you have to decide to say that this is what I want.
Yeah.
So for the young folks who want to get married, not all men are scum. If you see all men are scum, which one will you get married to?
Yeah.
If you see all girls are just after money, which one will you get married to? So there are somebody. This is how I think.
Yeah.
If I'm a good person, I believe that if I'm a good person and my perspective about marriage is that I want to go there trust, I want to go there on honest basis.
Yeah.
Trust me, there is somebody like me that is somewhere who also desires to meet somebody who has such quality.
Yeah.
So desire it. It's your desire that will attract. Even the universe works that way.
Yeah.
Aside being Christians, your desire also attracts. So because of the social media influence, we are now desiring just anything. Men has come, so we are not even thinking there's possibility of us to have a better marriage.
Wow.
If you think about something positive, if you think about there is this think and grow rich book. Realize that there's a way the mindset work. Begin to meditate on what you desire. Stop allowing the influence of social media to just take over
to determine
your mind.
Yeah.
And just say that marriages are not working, and everybody keeps shouting it's not working. People are breaking up, divorce everywhere, here and there. Just desire what you want and put your mind to it. There's a place of prayer, but there's a place of honest desire. What do I want? It's just like saying I want to be rich.
Yeah.
If you say I want to be rich, you know what to do. I'm not saying go and do something negative. And you know that you have to wake up. You have to pursue your goals.
Yeah.
So if you say I want to have a good marriage, what do you need to do? You need to be an honest person. You need to desire people who are honest. Don't just join the crowd and just keep saying what everybody's saying online.
Yeah.
Even on ground. Because that's social media, even on ground.
Yes, people are saying the same. Yes, so, exactly.
All right. So that's it. Just desire what you truly want and have a pursuit, and trust me.
Thank you so much. In other words, in conclusion, no two marriages are alike or the same, and you cannot use one marriage to judge yours, because we are all coming from different places. We all have different mindset. We all have what we are looking for, and this is why it is very important to always make sure, like you said, you have a plan before going into marriage. One of the major things I've been talking about and I've been screaming on the ears of those who care to listen is that you do not decide to get married because people are doing it, nor because the society has mounted pressure on you. Just like our last speaker, she actually opened up to me and said one of the reasons why she got married at that time was because there was a lot of pressure being mounted on her from people around her who felt that she was due to get married, and because of that she met somebody, and in less than 4 months they got married, and it has not been a bed of roses as they suppose it to be. You get so these are the reasons why we scream every time that we should try and make sure that we have our goals that are positive ones, that the reasons why we want to get married, not just because everybody is doing it, and not just because social media, for social media hype, because people also want to get married for social media hype. Let's just do it because the money is there. There's some people who just have money and they just have money to throw around, so let's just do it because the money is there. And you get married, and after 2 hours of marriage there's already issues in the marriage. So one more time, thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining us on the podcast. We pray that your marriage will continue to blossom, and the Lord will help you guys, and you continue to grow in knowledge, in wisdom, and the Spirit of God. So God bless you, my brother. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So till we meet again, until we see next time, same station. We'll still try. What we are planning on actually bringing 2 or 3 persons together so we can answer some of the questions we are receiving now. We are receiving some questions, so maybe in the coming months we'll do a conference call where we'll deal with some of these issues so we can have different perspectives from different persons. You get. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on the show.
Thank you.
All right. Send me word to your wife, eh? All right. So guys, here you have it. This was a very interesting interview with my brother, Mr. Peter, who just recently got married, 4 months old in marriage. I know some people will say, "Oh, he's too young in marriage to be able to come on the podcast," but that's not our idea here. There is nobody without opinion, whether you are married or not married, whether you are just really married. Everybody has an opinion. We just want to know his own side of the story, or we just want to see from his own perspective, being that he just got married, and so far he said so far so good. The expectations he had, some of them are coming alive. There is always room for improvement is the advice we have for everybody. There is always room for improvement, but most importantly, be sure you know the person you are getting married into before you go into the union called marriage. So till I come your way again, I am Pastor Ben. Don't forget to leave a comment, leave your questions, share this video so that someone will see and be blessed by it. And we'll be coming up again next week, same time on this platform. God bless you.